Good evening and welcome to this evening's night's race, the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic Venom Division race number 3 tonight at the mountain, the place where it always starts and finishes. Bathurst, Mount Panorama. Getting into the last 25 minutes of practice now, then we'll be heading into a 10-minute qualifier session. And then into, I think it was a 50-minute race. Should be quite good. Most people are well versed with Mount Panorama when it comes to a racetrack, so there should be some good tight racing. Got quite a good field tonight. 17 car, no, over 23 cars registered for the race tonight, so it should certainly be a good race. Sitting up the top so far in position 1 with a lap time of 2:03.8 is Harley Harbour. Sitting in number 2 with a lap time of 2:04.7, Eugene. Number 3, the Chief Shane Evans with a 2:05. Number 4, Ned Oath with a 2:05.3. Number 5, San Flintham, 2:05.8. Number 6, 2:06.1. I'll leave you with it for a bit as we enjoy some of the practice. Scroll around the track, check out some of these guys, some of the great liveries on the car for tonight's race also. I'll be back with you again shortly when we get towards the qualify. Hope you enjoy the evening. This is Wheelie TV, hosted by Wheelybins Mayhem Republic. Check us out on our website at wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com. Find out all about us. And this is the Venom Division, race number 3. Kicking off in qualify at about 24 minutes. thanks for tuning in. Another 12 minutes left to practice here for the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic Venom Division Race 3, brought to you by Wheelybins TV. While I've got your attention, I'd like to bring your attention to some of our sponsors. We've got Shock Electronics, Limelight Motorsport, Sonic Works and West End Mazda. Don't forget you can find us on our website at wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com. Check out all the details about what we do, what we race, our schedule, plenty of other things, some cool videos to check out, all over on our website. Moving back into the practice, having a look at the times, still sitting at the top through practice is Harley Harbour. We're sitting at number 2, Eugene. Number 3, we've got Shane Evans. Number 4, Ned Oath. Number 5, Sam Flintham. Number 6, Greg Hamilton. But while we're doing this, we actually might just go through some of the vehicles out on track tonight. In the number 21 Shell V-Power tonight, we have Harley Harbour. So far sitting in P1 in practice with a best lap time of a 2:03.8. Sitting in number 2 we got Eugene with a 2:04.7. Third position, sitting in the pits at the moment in the number 17 Shane Evans Power, Shell V-Power livery, customised to himself. Number 3, the Chief, Shane Evans, with a 2:05.031. Sitting number 4th in practice so far, Ned Oath, in the green Venomous livery, looking very fast. He was very fast in our last race session actually. Missed out by a whisker, that was for sure. I think he short-filled a little bit and had to take a little bit of a splash and dash at the end, which cost him a few positions. Did very well. Shane Chief Evans actually was our winner of our last race. Moving on to car number 5. Sorry, position number 5, car number 96, Sam Flintham. Position number 6 so far in practice, we've got Greg Hamilton. The 2:06.1 so far is the best time. Sitting in number 7 we've got car 16, who's currently out of the server at the moment, Michael Omeros. Got the pronunciations right tonight. I got it wrong and got a bit of a pizzling for it. Sitting in position number 8 tonight is Mr. Warren Cookie Cook. Done a 2:06.5. Sitting in position number 9 we got Jamie McKnight. Jamie's been a big assistance with us with the sponsorship of running this series, the Venom division, with the West End Mazda. Would like to thank him for his assistance and sponsorship of the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic series, this Venom division. Sitting in number 10 we've got Tyson McAvoy, still sitting in the pits at the moment. Sitting in position number 11 we got Frank Speed, doing a 2:07.1. Running the Mobile 1 livery tonight, bit of a retro throwback, great looking car, always looks good on these newer Commodores. Sitting number 12 we got Wazza Gilbanks, did a 2:07, just out of the server at the moment. Sitting in position 13, Ian Willie with a 2:07.5. Position 14, Tristan Lambert, 2:07.6. Running the Mobile 1 Boost livery tonight. Sitting in number 15 is Rob Dennis, as he's causing a little carnage there with some other cars. Of course, this is just practice, so mayhem does prevail a little bit. Sitting in position 16 so far for practice, Brendan Ryan in the Rhino Hire livery. Sitting in 17th so far for practice, Pete Davison in the Orcon Steel livery, and the Falcon, doing 2:08.8. Position 18, as we just come across on the camera, he's had a stack as he's been coming up Mountain Straight. It's Russell Boardman, position number 18th in the Kenworth car tonight. Position 19 so far for practice, the main man, Mr. Plucker, El Presidente. Still yet to place a lap in this session, we have Zach Best. "24 cars on the grid tonight for tonight's Venom series, Venom division, race number 3, presented by Wheelybins Mayhem Republic, right here on Wheelie TV. Got another 6 minutes of practice, then we'll be rolling into qualify to see who will sit on the grid and what numbers for tonight's race. Stick around, you're on Wheelie TV. Welcome back as practice comes down to an end. Final 20 seconds left on the clock. You are on Wheelie TV tonight watching the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic hosted Venom Division race number 3 from Mount Panorama, Bathurst, here in Australia. Driving the classic V8 supercars here on iRacing. Don't forget, if you want to get into iRacing, check it out on iRacing.com. Definitely the best simulation so far on the PC platform. A few jumps from the boys as practice comes to an end down Conrod. As we begin to get into qualify, 10 minutes the boys have. They all begin to head out on the track. It's an open qualifier tonight, a little bit different from last week's format. So they'll all be out on the track together running laps. We've got 10 minutes to put down their best laps. Take a look at the cars out on the track at the moment. Shane and Chief Evans, who qualify or practice time in third. Very strong in qualify, but also a very strong racer. On their warm-up lap. Very well recreated this circuit in iRacing, and definitely one of the favourites amongst a lot of the Australian drivers. Of course, it's an Australian classic track, so they begin their first laps out on the circuit. Will certainly be a contender for this race with a strong race in our last race at Monza. It was unfortunate, we got the pit strategy a little bit wrong, trying to gain a little bit more of an undercut, and had to do a splash and dash at the end and missed out on the win during that race. So they come across the top of the mountain. Eugene, also another strong finisher, especially here at the Bathurst track. Certainly one of his favourites and always does extremely well here. as they start to come down to finish their first lap of qualify. Although I don't know if Sam's going to get a time judging by the front of that car, he's clipped a wall, which has probably made his time invalid. No, that time has registered a 2:06. To get some other times. Eugene has set the fastest lap so far with a 2:05.1. The Chief Shane Evans so far in P2 with a 2:05.5. Russell Boardman currently sitting in position 4th after the first lap with a 2:07. Of course, some of these times may be a little bit slower compared to practice, being that they are out there in traffic trying to put down some of the best laps. Tristan Lambert's put down a 2:07.2 to put him in P6 so far. We've got a car off the track there just as they're coming up after the cutting. Pretty sure that was Tyson sitting there on the side of the road. Must be having a few issues. Pete Davison's first lap, 2:07.5. That put him in 8th position. However, he was just taken over to position 7 by Cookie with a 2:07.5. Plucker out there doing a 2:09.5. That comes up across the mountain on his second lap. Wayne Shepherd in the Monster Energy Falcon. Last lap 2:08.5. He's on his second lap now. This should be a little bit quicker. Everything's warmed up. The fuel load's lightened off a little bit. We'll see what sort of a lap he can put in to get him up from position 9. See if he can improve on that for qualify. Comes down to the final corner. Big spin there by, I think that was Russell Boardman in the Kenworth entry, I think. As he comes across the line, he does a 2:07.7, his best time so far in qualify so far, but not enough to move him from position 9 so far. Up the top, Shane the Chief Evans has put in the best time so far in qualify with a 2:05, almost flat, put him up into P1. Eugene is P2 with a 2:05.1, sitting in position 2. Sam Flitham so far sitting in position 3 with a 2:05.6. Russell Boardman with a 2:07, sitting in 4th. 5, the top 5. Greg Hamilton with a 2:07.2. A little bit more of a shuffle down the line as Brendan Ryan puts himself up into 9th spot with a 2:07.7, pushing Wayne Shepherd back down into 10th position. As the names just shuffle around again. Warren Cookie has put himself up into 4th position so far with a 2:06.8. Awesome lap there from Cookie. Look at so far our provisional second place getter Eugene. Last lap at 2:05.1. We'll see if he can better that this time round. And Zach Best has just put in the best lap so far of qualifying with a 2:04.2. That will be a tough time to beat. Let's put Shane back into position 2, Eugene in position 3, Sam in position 4 and Ned in position 5 for the top 5. Our practice leader Harley has also been out and put a lap in with a 2:06.6, sitting in position 6 at the moment. The 666 the devil will be. Anthony Levitt has put himself in position 7 with a 2:06.7. Cookie moved down the ladder a little bit now, position 9th. As we see Jamie McKnight put it up into position number 5. That will almost round out the positions with only 6 seconds left to go. Looking down pit lane, any cars left to finish. They have 3 minutes left, so those cars out on the track will be completing their final lap right now. There will be a dash to see who can pick up some better time. Jamie McKnight currently sitting in position number 5 with a 2:05.8. See if we can better that lap and put him up into the top 3. So far your current top 5 is Zach Best in 1, Shane Evans in 2, Eugene Burton in 3, Sam Flintham in 4 and Jamie McKnight in 5, with Ned Hoth just sitting in position 6. As he comes across the line, that will be his qualifying session over. He's put himself up into position 5 with a 2:05.7. Knocked back into position 6 there by Ned. Let's see if he can put in a better lap this time and push himself back up into the top 5. Down to the final corner. Duran has put himself up into position 2. Very good lap there. Jamie McKnight, no gain there, still in position 6th. Sam Flintham position 5. A bit of a last minute shuffle there from the guys. Russell Boardman currently sitting in position number 12, coming around to finish his last qualifying lap. Harley Harbour has also put himself up into position 8 with a 2:06.6. Qualifying comes to a close. Four seconds left on the clock. As we take a look at our top qualifiers for the race, which has just mysteriously just disappeared on me, which is handy. We'll get to those guys as they grid up. Sorry about that. The details disappeared from my live timing screen just before I could get to it. P1 for the race. We have Shane Evans. I don't know if that's quite correct. We'll just wait for the cars to grid up and for the session to update. the grid starts to populate. Another 45 seconds before the race begins. "20 seconds before the race begins." Looking up towards the front of the grid. To get set for a start very shortly. We have a jump starter. Jamie McKnight managed to jump the start there. It's unfortunate for Jamie. He's going to have to serve a pit lane penalty for that one. As they head up Mountain Straight for the first time, there's a little bit of carnage wrecking it on the first corner. Always is a bit tight coming through that first corner on the first lap as they all head up Mountain Straight, reasonably incident free. Getting the jump on the start though, Zach Best. Great start from position with Duran sitting in position 2 in behind him. Shane Evans in position 3 as they come up through the cutting. Eugene there in position 4. As we move back, Greg Hamilton. Oh, there's been a stack. Tyson looks like he's in the pits. That's unfortunate for Tyson. He's had a little bit of bad luck. Hopefully he can get back out on the track. First lap around here and Duran is looking to pounce on Zach Best. If Zach lets him pass, Duran will definitely walk away with this. He's a very quick driver. See if Zach can hold on as they come down Conrod Straight for the first time in this race. 50-minute race this one. We will have around about 3 laps, I believe. Down through the chase. A little bit too much curve there for Zach. Probably cost him a little bit of pace and a little bit wide on the exit. Duran will be definitely looking to pounce on this. Follows him through, keeping it clean, just waiting for his chance. On to their second lap now. As they come up through the cutting for their second time, Zach still holding on to position 1. We'll take a look back through the grid. Duran in position 2. Shane Evans sitting in position 3. No, Shane has moved to position up to position 2. Has he? No, Duran just had a bit of a internet splutter there and disappeared off the screen. So Shane's still in position 3. Eugene in position 4. Neto sitting in position 5. Venomous car. And we have Sam Flintham sitting in position 6. Position number 7, Jamie McKnight. I think he will have to serve a pit lane penalty. That's going to put him down to the back of the pack. Warren Cook sitting in position number 8, the main man Cookie. Greg Hamilton sitting in position number 9. Robert Dennis sitting in position 10, just inside the top 10. Great start for him. Moving back. 6 seconds behind him, we have Tristan Lambert in the Boost Mobile 1 car. Back in position number 12, Wayne Shepherd. A little bit of a gaggle of cars here. Sitting behind him we've got Ian Willie and Frank Speed, all looking to take advantage, with Ian suffering a little bit of damage to the front of that car. All three are suffering a little bit of damage. Must have been some contact across the top of the hill. Brendan Ryan suffering some heavy damage also, back in position number 15. Pete Davison also missing many panels off the vehicle. There must have been some serious carnage at the top of the hill that we missed there. Back to Plucker, also some serious damage. That's unfortunate for these guys. They will be suffering some car pace slowdown. It's unfortunate to have it so early in the race before a pit stop. Anthony Levitt sitting back in position number 18. Already done a pit stop, so must have had some damage on that first start of the race. Position number 19, Tyson, as we just catch him coming across the top of the mountain through McPhillamy, grabbing the wall there. That might not be very good for his steering. He could start suffering with that after a pit stop already after that first lap incident. Position 20, we've got Russell Boardman. And catching him from behind, we have Harley Harbour, who's of course one of the faster guys in this field and has elected to start obviously from the rear of the field to give himself a bit of a challenge throughout the race. Russell's not giving this position back easy though, although I think Harley may get the run on him down the Conrod Straight and get the pass done down at the chase. Some action down at the chase, as Harley has given Russell a bit of a nudge coming into the chase. Russell's managed to get it back on the track, however, no doubt that will be giving him a time penalty that he will have to slow down for to correct that cutting of the course. That was a bit of a hip and shoulder pass there, as Russell makes it difficult again for Harley to pass. A little bit loose on the entry there for Russell. That car's probably not handling quite so well. Moving back up the front though, these guys are catching these guys at the back. Zach is still working hard out the front there, with Duran chasing hard on him as well. Once again we've got the Chief Shane Evans sitting in position 3 as he did last race, just waiting to pounce. He took the race win in race 2 last week. Same strategy, just sat in position 2, waited for the front 2 runners to make their mistakes and pounced. Eugene sitting still in position 4 and Ned Oath in position 5. Up through the cutting once again. Lap 4. Lap 7 we'll probably start seeing these guys do some pit stops. Control fuel on this race, so we'll have to do 2 pit stops. Definitely will be wearing the tyres and burning the fuel running at this pace. Last lap for Zach was a 2:05.7. That is a really quick lap for a race pace lap. And he's got to keep that pace on with Duran sitting right behind him. Down Conrod Straight once again. Don't forget about the Panther. Eugene sitting there in 4th position. Car 105. The Pink Panther, he'll be another one to watch later on in the race, providing you keep it on the straight and narrow. Always a strong finisher here at the mountain. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in wherever you are. Well, this is Wheelie TV. Wheelybins Mayhem Republic. This is the Venom Division race number 3 here at Mount Panorama, Bathurst. Don't forget, if you are on the YouTube stream, you can join us in chat. Say hello. Place your comments or your bets on who will win this race tonight. Up Mountain Straight once again. as we get a bit of a pass, Duran looks up the inside but decides better of it and backs back a little bit. Gives Zach some room to take that corner. Could have probably pressed that a little bit harder, put the pressure on him. No doubt Zach knows very well he's sitting there and will pounce on any mistake he does make. Back in 6th is Sam. Had some bad luck in our last race. Actually lost internet at about 3/4 way through the race. Was doing very well. Was fighting out for position 1s and 2, and had an internet issue and unfortunately had to retire from the race. Hopefully has some better luck tonight and has told the family members to stay off the Netflix. Greg Hamilton also, I think he finished in position 3 last week. Another strong finisher here. Hopefully if he can keep the car on the straight and narrow, he will be in for a good result. Possibly another top 5 for him. Frank Speed in the Mobil 1 retro car, looking a little worse for wear. Ian Willie still sitting behind him in a well bent up Ford. These guys will be just stretching these cars out. They're probably handling a little bit like some wonky roller skates. Stretch it out for the fuel load before they come into pit so they don't lose too much track position. Jamie McKnight back in 11th. No doubt he may have already called in and done his pit lane penalty. Should have by now. He's done his pit lane penalty, yes. Also topped up on a bit of fuel, so that'll change his fuel strategy for the race. Brendan Ryan sitting in position number 12. Wayne Shepherd in position 13. Pete Davison in position 14. Pete's car looking certainly worse for wear. No bonnet, no boot, no guards. Needs to take that Ford to the repairman's doorstep. A few repairs done on that. Cookie back in position 15. Plucker also with a few missing panels in position 16. Anthony Levitt, position 17. Tyson McAvoy, position 18. Unfortunately, he's had a bit of bad luck on the first few laps of this race, which has sent him to the pits and put him back a bit in this race. Still running on the lead lap though, so there is hope for him yet at least. First of our lapped cars, Russell Boardman and Harley Harbour, both to be 1 lap down. So Harley fighting right on the back now of Shane Evans. Trying to get through because he's currently 1 lap down, so he's going to have to pass Shane, Duran and Zach to get that lap back. Pushing it hard down into Forest Elbow, up the inside, the 2 Shell cars down Conrod Straight. Be a drag race down into the chase. Shane has got a little bit more of a run there on the inside, but will he let Harley pass? No, he moves across. Harley didn't quite get the run out of Forest Elbow he probably wanted there. Cost him some time as Shane is keeping him at bay. Still out in front though, Zach Best and Duran Nakora. I'll have to ask him how to pronounce that name. I'm not so good at that stuff. Pulling a little bit of a gap there on Ned. There must have been a little bit of an off. Oh, Shane Evans has also done his pit stop, so he is the first car actually out there on the track at the moment that has done his pit stop. Jamie McKnight's also sitting in behind him, also done a pit stop. No doubt these leaders will be looking to come in around on this lap. Shane Chief Evans doing his usual, trying to get that undercut by getting that pit stop in just that lap earlier than the others. see if it pays off for him. Harley's had a little bit of a slip there and slipped back behind Jamie McKnight. Goes right up behind Shane. Cost him some time somewhere on the track. It's going to be a big job for him to make it back up. Back to the front runners, Zach down into the chase. No doubt there will be a pit stop on this lap. These two at the same time. We'll see what happens here. No, yes, but Duran has definitely decided to pull in. A late decision there to pull into the pits. Hopefully there's no penalty there for an unsafe pit entry. We'll see how this pans out. He's pulled out that lap earlier than Zach. A little bit less fuel he has to put on that he's used in the first stint. Could put him out in front. Also in pit lane we have Sam Flintham do his pit stop. Top, the two front runners are yet to pit. Zach Best, position 1, Ned Oath in position 2, Eugene Burton in position 3, and Greg Hamilton in position 4 are the 4 cars out there at the front at the moment that are still yet to pit. Duran and Shane come back out on the track. Not much change there for positions if Shane did manage to pit earlier. Big loose over the top of that rise there for Duran. Got to watch that with cold tyres. The back end will just spill up as you come over that rise and set the car sideways. Very easy to lose it. So looking at pit time difference, Shane was in pit lane for a total of 33 seconds while Duran was in for 34 seconds, so a little bit longer, a bit of time gain there by Shane, but I think there was some time lost to Shane battling Harley there earlier on. As the current race leaders will track for track position, Zach and Ned in Conrod Straight once again. Surely there'll be a pit stop here for these two. We'll see how they pan out when they come back out of the pits to Duran and Shane, and also Sam. Jamie has also done a very good job to get himself back up into a good position on the track, currently sitting in 8th after that jump start. Both these guys now in the pit lane. Their stops will be slightly longer than the other guys, having to take on a little bit more fuel to fill the car. They've been out for that little bit more. However, they will get that advantage on the next pit stop. Hopefully get some of that advantage back into the pits. So we've got Duran coming down now into the final corner. This will be close as they come back out on the track. Looking at them now, Zach is still sitting in pit lane. Duran will be sitting not very far. Duran has made the pass on the pits, heading up Mount Straight. Shane's sitting in behind him. That strategy has not worked very well for Zach at all as he slides back into 3rd position, Ned into 4th, Sam into 5th. Jamie McKnight moves up into position number 6. Great recovery by Jamie to get back up there again after that pit lane penalty. Getting pushed very hard by Harley as they come up Mountain Straight, up over the rise. Will there be a challenge here? No, Harley decides to sit in behind Jamie. Follow him up the mountain. Great lap times coming out of these guys. Jamie's best lap time was his last lap with a 2:05.8. Great race pace on for these guys. Tyson back in position number 15th after some bad luck on that first right lap. Plucker also looks like he's been in for his pit stop. That car's been repaired, looking flash and smick as ever again. He'll be wanting to work on making some positions back for this race. Russell Baldwin also looks like being in the pits. Maybe not just yet. There's still a bit of panel damage. He did have a bit of an off at the start, so therefore he's probably got an extra lap on these guys when it comes to fuel for the first stint. As we look at Duran now, starting to pull a bit of a gap over Shane. 1.2 seconds into the chase. Duran can keep this on the straight and narrow for the next 30 minutes, and it'll certainly be a good race win for him. Certainly going to pan out to be an exciting race, I reckon, in the end. Watching these guys at the front, we'll just thank some of our sponsors. I'd like to thank Shock Electronics for your assistance, Limelight Motorsport, Sonic Works and West End Mazda. All great supporters of this series, the Venom division, race number 3, and also great supporters of the Wheelybins, Mayhem Republic. There's a bit of pushing up the straight. Harley's made it past Jamie. Jamie wasn't going to let him have it easy, gave him a little bit of a nudge. Up around that turn 2 and heading up towards the cutting. Jamie's not going to let him get away with this, that's for sure. This isn't for position. Harley is a lap down, trying to make back that lap. Greg Hamilton sitting in position number 8, just done his pit stop. Frank Speed also just completed his pit stop, position number 9. That Holden Mobile 1 car now looking nice and straight and clean once again. Tristan Lambert sitting in position 10, number 11 Ian Willie with his fixed up car also. Brendan Ryan sitting in position number 12, Ryan Cook position number 13. Tyson, position number 14 as he pulls into the pits for his second pit stop of the evening. Hopefully he'll get that car straightened out. The boys will get that sorted for him and be able to get back out on the track with a straight vehicle. Plucker and Anthony sorting it out as they come back up Mountain Straight. Plucker in position 14, position 15 for Anthony. Up into turn 2, Plucker and Anthony are fighting this out quite well. Back up the front of this gap has widened as Duran has taken that now 3-second lead over Shane. Zach Best is now trying to chase down Shane, the Chief Evans. Still 3-second gap back to Zach. Ned sitting in behind Zach at just under a second. This would be lap number 10. 27 minutes left to go in this race. Duran's just pulls out another half a second over Shane across the top of the mountain. Tyson's managed to get back out on the track after his pit stop, had that car all straightened out. The team's done a good job. Sitting in position 14th, a lap down unfortunately, but position 14th nevertheless, not too bad after that bad luck on that opening lap. Russell Boardman, position 15. Harley Harbour sitting in position number 16, fighting his way back up to try and gain that lap back. Wayne Shepherd in position 17. Cookie in the pits at the moment, position 18. Brendan Ryan also in the pits, position 19. Pete Davison. His team's going to be busy fixing that vehicle, that's for sure, sitting in position 20. Oh, that was a very quick fix. I tell you what, he must pay his team awesomely well. No doubt he'll be back on the track as the car drops down off the jacks. Tyres are done, no doubt just getting some extra fuel put in the car. Pit stop is a little longer than expected there. Back to the front, Duran's opened up another second over Shane. 4.3 seconds now back to second place. Looking at the lap times, Duran's last lap was a 2:05. Shane's a 2:06. Looking like Duran has also done one of the best laps of the race with a 2:04.8. Eugene still sitting in the top 5, in number 5. Tyson there behind him, a lap down, trying to gain some positions back. Greg Hamilton in number 6. Great consistency this race. .34 seconds behind the leader, but hey, there's still anybody's race. Break speed, position 7. Cookie chasing on after him, however, Cookie has gone a lap down now. Jamie McKnight in position 8. Putting in good lap times there, Jamie with a 2:05.8 last time round before his pit stop. Ian Willie in position 9. Almost looks like a retro of a GT Falcon with the blue stripes. Big slide there into the chase, bit of a lock up. Moffat Ford dealer's livery. Let's throw back of a retro Bathurst livery there. Tristan Lambert sitting in position 10 to round out the top 10. Anthony Levitt, position 11. Lucker in position 12, the last of the cars on the lead lap at 1 minute and 56 behind the leader. No doubt Duran will be coming down to catch him in the next lap or two. Tyson's managed to have another incident with the wall, missing his right hand front guard there. Very unfortunate race for Tyson this one. Normally does very well here at the mountain. Just got a little bit of bad luck there at the start. It's upset that race rhythm. Russell Boardman, position 14. He's got Harley on the back of him now. Brendan Ryan back out on the track, position 16 in the Rhino Hire Commodore. The Forest elbow down Conrod Straight. Cookie in position 17. Wayne Shepherd, position 18. Zach Best has had an incident. That's unfortunate. He was up there with the front runners. He's had a big crash down into the pits. It's put him way back in position 19. Not sure if I can find a replay on that at the moment. No, unfortunately. We'll just have to roll with it. Yeah, let's find that at the end of the race, see if we can do a bit of a replay on that incident. That's unfortunate. He was leading the race there for a while, but has managed to come a cropper somewhere around the track, sending him back to the back of the pack. Had to have a tow looking at that stat. Pete Davidson's also had another crash, back to the pits for another tow truck session. Pit crew will be running out of panels for that vehicle. As we pop back up to the front, Duran still leading this race, lap number 13 with a good 6.5 seconds over Shane. Ned sitting comfortably in position 3, with his nearest rival Sam sitting 3 seconds behind him again. These two fought it out quite well last week, so it could come down to the wire during the last few laps of this race. 20 minutes to go in the race 3 for the Venom division here on the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic Wheelie TV. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast of this race. Don't forget, you can check us out in the YouTube under Wheelybins Mayhem Republic. Look us up on our website, wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com. You'll find plenty of information about us. You can also get yourself up a stubby cooler or a t-shirt. They are available from our store. You become a member, check out our rules, check out some videos, also some driver bios of some of our members. Put a shout out to Vincent, who's watching us on the YouTube channel, Wheelybins TV at the moment. Obviously may have other things on tonight, not able to join this race. Good to see him in the chat room. Ten seconds now the difference, as Duran is now right up on the back of Plucker. Plucker being the last car on the lead lap. No doubt Duran will want to get this done quick and cleanly. Keep putting some more time between him and Shane, as I think Shane may have disappeared off into the pits on my time sheets. Yes, he has done another pit stop, dropping that in early once again for his second stop of the race. See what Duran does here now, whether he copies Shane and pulls into the pits for his stop now, or holds out for another lap. No, Duran's going to pull into the pits also, get his stop done. We see if Shane has done that undercut on him again and gained any time when he comes back out on the track. Ned's also coming in to do that second pit stop. Usually once one goes, they will all follow. Sam has also come in as well. Having a look at the current race leader who hasn't pitted yet, Eugene puts himself up into position 1, still yet to do his second pit stop though. No doubt Duran will be watching where Shane is. Shane's coming around the last corner now. Duran has dropped off the jacks and heading back out onto the circuit. Shane hasn't been able to gain much time on him there, unfortunately. May lose a position to Ned also. Drag race up Mountain Straight. Shane has got the warmer vehicle and tyres up Mountain Straight. Ned will get back into the slipstream and try and get some advantage there. Bit loose as he comes over the crest. Holds onto it well. Currently out in front, still yet to do his second pit stop, Eugene. The Pink Panther still pushing out 2:05, 8 lap times. Well done. Good laps for a race lap time. As our actual race leader comes across the top of the mountain. Lap number 15. Shane has gained a fair bit of time on him there. He's back to 5.5 seconds behind Duran now. It was up to a 13-second difference there before the pit stops. Ned also sitting just a second behind Shane. Greg Hamilton 3 seconds behind, still yet to do his second pit stop though also. So our provisional 5th place will be Sam, who's sitting 2.2 seconds behind Ned. Jamie McKnight also doing very well this race after that jump start and having to go through penalty at the start. Position 7, still yet to do a second pit stop though, officially for tyres and fuel. He's currently sitting at 2, however he did do that pit lane penalty. He's got 12 seconds between him and the next place car, position 8, Ian Willie, and 32 seconds to position 9, Craig Speed. So hopefully Jamie will be able to get in and get that second pit stop done for tyres and fuel and only possibly lose 1 position. As Eugene sets out for another lap, pushing out this stint, getting every last drop out of fuel out of this tank. This will certainly be the lap before he pits. I only hope he hasn't forgotten he needs to fill up again. Duran's pushing hard though, he's taken a second off Eugene already since he's come out of the pits. Down to 11.5 seconds. Shane's still sitting 6 seconds behind. Moving back in the field, position 11, Plucker. Still on the last car on the lead lap. Tyson position 12. Brendan Ryan position 13. A little bit of a gaggle of cars here. Harley's coming up to push these guys. We've got Jamie McKnight in there as well. This will be a little bit untidy. Brendan probably being the black marker here. A little bit loose, a little bit of wall as Jamie goes in under the underside of Brendan. Over the top, a little bit wide for Brendan. Harley takes him around on the outside. Brendan gives him some space. Easy to let them go, then have your race wrecked, that's for sure. Zach Best, good to see him back out on the track again. Position 18 after that incident on the track which just kills him. Oh, we've had Brendan have a big stack there. Replay that across the hill, grabbed a bit too much curb across the sand trap and into the wall. Big hit there, lucky not to take Zach out on the way through. He was very lucky there. He didn't take him out. Would have been a little bit scary, that's for sure. Almost looks like a repeat of about 5 laps ago with Cookie sitting in the pits along with Pete Davison, Brendan Ryan. As Tyson comes in to pull his second pit stop for the race, official pit stop. I think we also have Eugene in the pits also. Sitting back to 5th so far. See if he can get out in front of Jamie. So, 5th position for him. Jamie's coming around the bottom corner right now, so a bit of a gap there between Jamie and Eugene. Harley is pushing hard on Jamie to get past. Of course, Harley is still a lap down. Back in position number 16. Trying hard to make up these laps on the thing. He's actually 2 laps down now. He must have had an incident earlier on which has put him another lap back. Bad luck for Harley. Great effort though, try and start from the back of the pack and work his way forward, but sometimes when you're passing some of the cars at the back it can make it a little bit more difficult and also increases the risks of having a crash. But out the front and doing it easy tonight is Duran. 7.5 second lead over Shane in position number 2. Providing everything goes well for the next 10 minutes, this could be his race win tonight for the Venom Series, Venom Division, race number 3 here at Mount Panorama for Wheelybins Mayhem Republic on the Wheelybins TV. battle still raging as they come down Conrod Straight. Harley's chasing hard on the back of Jamie. Jamie won't be letting to let him pass. Harley's pushed down the inside, grabbed a lot of curb, almost put the car over on its roof, lost some ground out on the grass. Jamie managed to grab that position back. Harley's coming down on the outside. Jamie's closing the door. Harley decides to think a little bit better of it. Pay no attention to the top right hand of the screen where it says final lap. We still have 10 minutes left in this race to go. Unfortunately, things get a little bit confused with this software. A little bit of gaggle of cars as Plucker comes out of the pits for his second pit stop. Jamie's using every bit of aerodynamic advantage there. Slingshots down the inside. Harley does exactly the same past Plucker. Also got Russell Boardman in front there to contend with. These guys are having one awesome battle. Ian Willie manages to get back out on the track, has fixed that car again. Tristan Lambert, position 9, just inside the top 10. Doing a good job, having a good race. Anthony Levitt carrying a little bit of damage on the front that'll be hurting his top line speed. Rounding at the top 10. Plucker in position 11. As Zach looks like he's just squeezed past Plucker. Is a little bit loose on the ripple strip. Lucky to get away with that. Tyson position 12. Wayne Shepherd position 13. Brendan Ryan, position 14. Russell Boardman, position 15. Harley Harbour, position 16. Zach Best, position 17. Cookie, position 19. And Pete Davison, position 20. Both having themselves a beer in the pits. Still doing it quite easy out there in front. Lap 19. As I said, pay no attention to the on-screen display saying 0 laps to go. We still have 8 minutes left in this race. A little bit of a clip coming through there. Dislodged that back bar on Duran's car and a little bit of a dint to the front guard. Had a bit of position change here for position 2. Shane has managed to, Ned has managed to get past Shane for position number 2. Shane may have made a little bit of a mistake earlier on there. Ned had a chance to catch up because there was a 3-second gap there for a minute. And looking at the lap times, they're both doing around the 2:06.2 mark. Slight mistake by Shane and Ned to get that past into position number 2. But Ned's only got 6.5 minutes left to make up an 11-second gap if he wants to win tonight. Position 4 and having a much better tonight is Sam Flintham. Managed to keep the internet together and stay on board the server for tonight's race. Eugene, position 5. Greg Hamilton in position 6. Jamie McKnight, position 7, fighting it out with Zach and Harley. There could be some biff here. These two are rivals out on the real track. There's some paintwork being swapped. Harley goes left, right, gives Zach a nudge as they come into the corner. That's put Zach off the track. Unsure if he'll be really happy with that move there from Harley. As Harley puts it wide. Oh no, he's going to take out Jamie McKnight and took him into the wall. That's bad luck, especially when Zach and Harley were both black markers and Jamie was the one fighting for position. Harley's car really looking worse for wear, also as Jamie's. That's really going to hurt their front line speed. Hopefully there's been no wheel damage and keeps the car straight, although looking at Harley's, that car is definitely crabbing a little bit and crabbing under brakes also. Zach moves left to let... Oh, we've got sideways action again, up into the wall. These three here, carnage, carnage, carnage. Blocking the track, hopefully, no, Jamie is unable to get that car out. Yes, he has managed to get it out and get it turned around. Three close cars fighting for, well, there wasn't really fighting for position. Jamie had the position on the track. Both Zach and Harley were lapped vehicles. No doubt there will be some discussions around the esky about that move later on after the race. Unfortunate for Jamie, he's now lost a little bit of that gap to Ian Willie in 8th. Lost the position to Greg Hamilton also. Fighting that battle out with those boys. Out in front, Duran still doing it easy. 13 seconds between him and second place Ned Oath. Although Shane is starting to put the pressure on Ned again. Less than half a second between them for that last lap. Both pushing lap times of 2:06.8 that last time round. No doubt Shane will be wanting to get up that position ladder a little bit more with a win last week, completing to the top of the championship points for the Venom division. Although with Ned also having to do that pit stop late in last week's race, that also hurt him on the championship points, so not too much of a battle there really. Shane could just sit pretty and probably still stay at the top of the championship ladder. Sam's having a beautiful race tonight, still sitting in position 4. May not be in the top 3, but a position 4 is certainly a good result in a race like this. Some tough competition. Eugene position 5, Greg Hamilton position 6. Jamie McKnight looks like he's had to pit for that vehicle, must have been some steering damage which has moved him back so far to position 11. Tyson's been managed to capitalise on this and move up to position 12. Anthony Levitt also doing really well, has capitalised on some of these mistakes and moved to position 9 as he just lets Eugene pass there. And Eugene is a lap ahead. 2 minutes left to go in this race, 2 laps. Brendan Ryan's also been a big winner out of some of these incidents, moving up to position 11. Jamie McKnight, bad luck in the pits, still at position 12. Russell Boardman also has had an advantage too, moving up to position 13. Wayne Shepherd, position 14. Plucker is in the pits also. Looks like he's been there for a long time too, position 15. Possibly has decided to go and have a lemonade or a pit stop, one of the two. Might have to catch up with him again after the race. The car looks repaired and ready to go. We'll see what needs to be done there. Duran has extended his lead over Ned to 14 seconds now. Last lap 2:05, which is a second faster than what Ned's doing on his last lap. Ned's got a little bit of lap traffic there to deal with. That is, my apologies. let them both past actually. Very good driving there. Not to slow Ned and Shane down. Awesome looking car that Ian has got tonight. A GT lookalike Moffat Ford dealer car. Very nice. Greg Hamilton still sitting in position 6. Had a very consistent race. I don't think he's moved a position all race. Austin, well, he's just grabbed the wall there coming down out of the dipper through the S's. Whilst maybe not moving positions is sometimes not a good thing or a bad thing. Consistency is key, especially here at the mountain. So we have another vehicle there. 23 of Wayne Shepherd. I think he's had, oh, that looks like that motor has just given up the ghost. That Ford will be going back to the pits, blowing motor right there. Monster Energy's day is over. Wayne Shepherd, that's unfortunate. Was having quite a great race there. I think he was up in position 9th there for a little bit. Managing to roll it back into pit lane. No doubt he will get into pit lane and kick the lid off an Esky straight away. This little battle here with Ned and Shane has opened up a little bit. Shane's dropped 2.5 seconds back from Ned. Probably having that passing the car with Ian has gained a bit of time back on him again, although he let them pass down Conrad last time round. On the final lap, time has run out. Be Duran's race to win. Race winner for the division, Venom division, race number 3, Duran Nikora. Well done to Duran. Excellent effort. Awesome race.
Strength or easy wrestling at the moment. Chief of Jamie Wingard.
Awesome racing, guys. Well done, Duran. Great race. Good win by about 14 seconds. Well done. Well done to Ned in 2nd place. And I believe it was Shane in 3rd place. Great race, guys.
Did he make it then?
No, I wasn't. Sam got past me just before the line. I ran out of fuel.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We'll move to the podiums. Duran, you got a mic on, mate. How's it feel to win this race 3 of the Venom division?
Yeah, look, mate, we pushed hard. We just, you know, got into a rhythm and, yeah, kept my head down.
Yeah, sounds like the wrong person there. Ned, well done, mate. After last week's disappointing having to do a fuel stop, pulled in a 2nd place.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that one. I think Shane was a bit fuel compromised, obviously, but he made it tough for me towards the end. So good race.
And Sam. And Sam, well done. Managed to keep the better half off Netflix tonight and keep the internet running, mate.
Yeah, bloody, thank God for that. I made sure I turned his bloody Wi-Fi off on the phone so nothing happened. I just really hung in there the whole time. The car just didn't have enough grip in the end to keep up with Chief and Ned there, but I saw Chief said he ran out halfway up Conrad, and I still had to log this thing and only ended up just getting by in a race. But no, in the end that worked out well. Gained back some points from last week because I ended up getting stuff also, yeah.
No worries. And Jamie McKnight, if you're still around, mate. Tough race there, bit of a battle at the end with Harley and Zach. How you going?
Yeah, mate, they chaperoned me around. It was great.
Well, I enjoyed the hell out of that, even though I did spin once or twice.
Duran, are you there, brother?
Wolf, are you there?
Yeah, good race, fellas. Zach, there was a good racing at the start with those opening laps, mate.
There's good weather to race.
Big thanks again, Dan, for the host for the session. To everyone in Wheelybins, again, thank you. Jamie, you're lucky you got that on P10 there. Bastard.
Daniel, son, thank you again for running the I'm tired.
No worries. Good race to you too, Plucker. Did well tonight, mate. And congratulations to the winners and commiserations to the people who were sitting in pit lane for a little bit longer. Surely you're going to be kicking the lid off the Eskies in pit lane, as the pit lane boys will be packing up some damaged cars after this one.
Yep, fair bit of damage in this bit. Thank you, guys.
Alright, thanks guys for tuning in.
Mate,
This
my
has
team's
been...
out of booze. Can I come?
This has been Wheelybins TV for another Venom's division race. As I thought I'd turned off all their chat so they can't bother me, but anyway, that's what happens. Thank you very much, and thank you to our sponsors, West End Mazda, Shockworks, Limelight Motorsport and Shock Electronics. This has been Wheelybins TV for another Venom Division race number 3. We'll be back again next Saturday night. Do it all again for race number 4. Stay tuned to the Wheelybins website at wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com.au for more information on any series that's coming up. Of course, our nightly series on Wheelybins Mayhem Republic. You can join us if you're a member of iRacing. Love a little bit of fun, some good clean racing, all at wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com. Check it out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you all again next week.